Cop Talk, pre-match West Ham, and just a recap on the Champions League and the midweek game. Let's start with the midweek game. Did you watch it?
Oh, brilliant game. Brilliant performance. Well, tactics, spot on. Desire, spot on. Players, performing, everyone. I don't think I can doubt one, put a criticism to one player.
And we saw Taxis Simicast, isn't it?
We've been calling this guy out since the beginning of the season. Robertson, he hasn't. For the last season, I just feel like a whole year he hasn't hit the high standards he used to have. So, Taximidas, him starting, he made a big difference. Better, probably, what deliveries at corners, spot on. Crosses into the ball, outstanding, and desire to run as well, and to make space for others as well. Him and Mane, oh my God, with Jota as well, coming down that flank, outstanding. I don't think Atletico. I know they were missing a couple of players, but you know what? I don't think it was going to be a win all day long.
Yeah, we looked very comfortable against them. It's one of the best performances we've had this season. I mean, obviously, the game was changed when they went down to 10 men. But you know what? I think referees are starting to wise up to Atletico Madrid, because that's the last two games we played them, and they got 0 out of any ref. They got 0. They got nothing. All their play acting, all their diving and their sneaky little fouls didn't work for them. Do you know what I mean? And that's good to see. It's good to see. I think they've been found out, and I hope they change their way, because they're a good side, man. They're a really good team. They got fantastic players. They got a top manager, but the way they go about their business is not right, man. It's not right. Not to me, anyway. Not for the quality they have. I don't think they need to do that. But
this is the thing.
That's up to them.
I think it's all comes down to the way of the way they've been coached. It's like they've been trained in the dark arts of football. You get what I'm saying? How to dive, how to make space, how to manipulate the ref, how to get a foul without it being a foul, when to complain. Even the discipline. I feel like Felipe, referee calls him over 3 times, and he's like, you know what I mean? Go away. You know what I mean? There's a certain standard at football, and referees, if you step out the boundary, you're always going to get sent off for that 3 times. What kind of
listen, you know what I would like to see? I would like to see the Champions League referees in the Premier League. I would like to see these top European referees come over here, send our top referees to other countries, and try a season like that. You'd see a lot of things would be different. Things would be different, and it would be better, I think, for the game. I like the way they ref in the Champions League. I really do. They're nonsense, mate. They don't take no crap. Mate. None of this rubbish that goes on in the Premier League,
This is it. The way the World Cup and the way the Champions League, the European football, the way the referee decisions are being made, the way they go about their business is totally different to the Premier League.
And the way, and in VAR as well, they go over. They're not afraid to overturn their own decision as well. That's what I'm seeing a lot of with the European refs. The English refs, they go over to VAR. No, can't change it. Or they seem to be directed by the off-field people, whereas the ref in the Champions League makes the decision. You know what I mean? You can see they making their decision. So for me, I'd like to see that, but God knows. Well, I think I'm a dreamer, mate. So I don't think it's going to happen. But
I think the Premier League. I don't know whether some of these refs have got shares in the newspapers and media and this and that. Because they like to make headliners. David Coop, that Van Dijk, that Pickford. So,
yeah, the referees in this country, they're not too bad. I mean, there's worse out there, I'm sure. But listen, for me, I think I prefer the level of refereeing in the Champions League. I think it's a step up. I really do. I think it's much better than what we get in the. And there's some English, like Michael Oliver referees in the Champions League, and I'm not too sure if we've got any other English refs who do it. But I think it's a better standard of refereeing in those games.
yeah,
That's just my opinion, anyway. But no, I was really good. I love what Klopp said after the game as well when he said they're more streetwise, but we didn't play their game. So it's like they talked about it before, which is really good because if you get involved in a street fight with Atletico, they're going to win because that's their strength. But Liverpool just play football and Atletico couldn't deal with them. And then this time round, we didn't make mistakes, which let them back into the game. I mean, I know they were without Griezmann in this game, but I'll tell you who's a good player for them, who impressed me for them, was that Carrasco. That guy's dangerous, man. He's a good player, man. He's a really good player.
You might laugh, yeah. I've watched him he went to China.
Yeah.
And he couldn't do much out there. He weren't even that great. It's like he lost the love for football. And now I think he's been back a season and a half back there. And the last two games we've played against him, he's probably their best player. He was probably Atletico's best player against us the last two legs. So he caused us trouble. That hoof, they knew, hoofed in the ball right towards the right-hand side of our pitch where Alexander-Arnold, he was always going to get the ball down to have a run at him, and he played really well.
To be fair to Alexander-Arnold, I mean, I'm hard on him normally with defensive stuff, but he did okay. He did all right against Atletico. But I try not to judge Alexander-Arnold as a defender. I don't really see him as a defender. He's more of a playmaker to me, He plays in defence, but to me, he's not a defender. He's more of he sets the team up. He does a lot of the plays. Very creative player, man. I love him. But I don't think he's a defender to me. But listen, as long as we get him in the team, I don't care. They can put him in goal if they want, and if he runs out and sets up the assists, I don't really care. I don't care how he does it, man. But yeah, he's a fantastic player.
He plays a lot better when Henderson's on that side of the pitch.
Yeah, because Henderson,
Henderson and Trent, he gets the discipline from there, and probably they can read each other's game, and there's more of a flow. Playing, he gets a bit exposed,
because you know why? Henderson understands that Trent is going to run forward. And when that happens, he goes back, So Henderson is a much better support for him. But yeah, it was fantastic. We've done the double over Atletico Madrid, which I'm so happy about. It's been a long time coming for us to put them out of their misery, So good. I'm happy about that.
Well, I hope he shake. I hope he.
No, didn't you see Klopp ignored him? Klopp ignored him.
He tried to at the end of the game.
No, he did. And Simeone was waiting there, and Klopp just turned his back and went and shook his team's hand, and then went onto the pitch with all the players. And I don't think he shook hands.
That's what I think as well.
I think Klopp said, "You know what? I'm not going to deal with you, motherfucker. You don't want to shake my hand?
Yeah.
Good, back off."
You wait till you come down to my ends, eh?
Yeah. No, I like that. I like Klopp, man. Klopp can handle himself now. We know that. Anyway. All right, let's move on. West Ham. It's going to be a difficult game. It's going to be difficult because West Ham are playing well and they're looking tough to beat as well. Yeah, but I just think the way we're playing now, we've got to have too much for them. We've got too much for them, man. Definitely. They're dangerous, and we're going to have to be on our guard and not make any silly mistakes. But I think the team is in a very good moment, and I think that's going to continue. I see a positive result here.
I see the same way as you. It's not like a normal campaign as well because they've got European football as well. So they've played on a Thursday, so we've had an extra day's rest. I think that comes into play at this point as well because normally last year no European football for them, and they've had the whole week to prepare for us. Now they've only got 3 days basically to prepare for us, and that's not enough time to prepare for Liverpool. I feel like it's a win all day long, for us.
Look, they're still going to be dangerous. Let's not forget they've won their last few games. They're not an easy team to play against right now. Moyes has got them set up really well. He's got them organised. They're disciplined. They're a fit side as well. They run a lot. I've seen them. I've seen a few of the highlights of their games anyway. They look like they got energy. They got some good players playing well. Like Declan Rice is playing really well. Antonio, he's always awkward. Sort of, he's like an irritating striker. You know what I mean? And he'll be a handful for Van Dijk.
Bowen as well. Bowen's been playing well. We were linked to him.
Yeah, Jarrod Bowen. He's another decent player. I think that was he right or left back? Cresswell. He's been playing okay as well. They got that Fellaini Mark II, Souček. He's Moyes' new Fellaini.
Kufal, decent Fabianski, decent goalkeeper. They've got a decent team.
That Ben Rami or whatever, he's tricky as well. They've got good players. They're a good team. Let's not make no mistake about it. They're not 5th in the league or 4th in the league because they're rubbish. They're good. That's not a false position. That's not a false
Champions
position.
League last year as well.
Yeah, that's not a false position for them. They're going to be in and around top 6 this season, definitely. From 4 to 6, they're in with a shout of that. And they finished their last season, so I don't see anything different. I think they're going to be in and around it again. But I think we just got too much quality, man. I don't see many teams out there that can deal with us if we turn up. Honestly, if we turn up.
I think Moyes has got some kind of curse against us anyway. I don't think he's won too many games.
He's won a few. Look, Moyes is the last of the Allardyce gang. The Allardyce, Hodgson, all these flipping managers who just they did a merry-go-round of jobs, didn't they? Yeah, he's the last one standing. Hodgson and Allardyce are out of the picture now, so he's the one.
He's on his way out as well soon.
Yeah. But no, Moyes is a decent manager. I mean, he's at the right level now. West Ham is the right kind of level for him. Manchester United, he was never going to manage there. He was never going to work for him there. Never. He was thrown under the bus there, mate. That was never going to work for him.
We're going to attract no players and no big names we're going to listen to.
You're talking elite club. He's not that level. And, long may Man United continue with Solskjaer, really. I mean, I'm happy, and Arsenal with Arteta.
Give him a green card or something
because for me, they're not elite managers.
Key to the city.
And you know what? And Tottenham, even though Conte's not a miracle, he's not a messiah, he's not going to be able to perform miracles with Tottenham, but he's going to make them better.
Definitely.
He's a better manager than the other two that we've just mentioned. So, I mean, listen, anyway, I don't care about any of them teams, man. Good luck to them. But I think for us on Sunday, I think we've got to be looking for the win. And I think we will get it as well. I think we will. We're playing well. If they turn up and play the same way they did against Atletico, then no problem.
So you know what was worrying about that last game against Atletico, like Firmino just coming on and getting taken off straight away. So it looks like
it could be a precaution. It could be a precaution. He walked off the pitch. In fact, he jogged off. So I don't think there was anything too. I mean, I hope there was nothing too bad, but we'll see. Maybe he felt something. He just come off, and they're not going to take chances with players. You know what I mean? The game was dead already at that point. So. Yeah. All right, bro. Listen, nice one.
On a good note, I don't know if you've seen videos, but Harvey Elliott.
What?
Rehab. He's running around on the mats. So he's doing a few bits of jogging and jumping around.
Well, hopefully he's back in the new year then.
Hopefully, yeah. It's the young bones. The
That'd
young
be good,
18,
man.
healing process. And it's the new, probably the new equipment they've got out there for physiotherapy and that.
Listen, man,
we need another midfielder.
Massive. Him coming back would be massive because he was flying, man.
Yeah, definitely. If he can get back to that kind of form by the latest by January or February.
I don't see any reason why he won't return to that form. He's full of confidence. He's got ability. He's only going to get better, that guy.
Definitely.
Only going to get better. Yeah. All right, mate. All right. You have a good weekend. Definitely. Enjoy the game. Yeah. 3 points is what we want. Let's hope we get it. And we'll catch up soon, all right?
Defo.